23 years later, we still don't know who let the dogs out. Well, the World Health Organization (WHO) let the dogs out in 2020 when they found that pets cannot spread coronavirus. So, WHO let the dogs out. Very typically my wife lets the dogs out. I pretend to be fast asleep. Come to think of it, Kenneth hasn't given us a frequency either. T was I. The statute of limitations has expired, I can come clean now. Time to make peace with the past. The dogs in this case refer to douchebags that catch all women. So I'm guessing their mamas let them out of their rooms in her basement. Turns out this song was actually very feminist, as the whole thing is a critique on men who catcall objectify women. I don't get the rules of shower thoughts. They tell you not to use movies, songs, anything fictional, but I routinely see this rule get broken. I'm more curious about who shot the deputy if he only shot the sheriff. I can't hold it no longer, I must confess, it was me. I let the dogs out. Evidence points to domestication of dogs occurring in Asia 14,000 years ago, so it was the Neolithic Chinese who let them out. Perhaps the answer was being repeatedly shouted at us the entire time. It was a group of Christmas-loving Dr. Seuss characters. It's a pro-feminist song about guys' dogs who catcall girls. There's a whole documentary covering this very thing on Hulu. The Baha Men let the dogs out. It was all deflection. How could it possibly have been us? The Baha Men inferred. We even wrote a song personally pursuing the culprits responsible. It was all a cover. A ruse to avoid the repercussions of having left the gate open. And they would have gotten away with it, too, if not for you meddling kids. Well, the song is about the group of idiot men that show up to clubs and bars acting like such fools that they give all men in bars and clubs a bad name, so I guess their moms let them go out. 'Cause no one else is loving them. It's a well-hidden Pentagon secret. Gonna need a quantum computer to unlock that secret. I mean the entire song, just them telling on who let the dogs out. I guess I still don't know who, though, so technically you're correct. Who let the dogs out? They even wrote a song about their wolf totem. Funny thing. That song is about being respectful to women and not catcalling them in the streets. The dogs are skeezy dudes. Nope. But now you got that song in my head. Thank you for your service, Song Sniper. I thought it was a song about the objectification of women. I thought the dog reference was actually about rude and loud men. There was a post here a few years ago. Person said they were on the set when they were filming the music video. They said Chris let the dogs out. Why I remember that. I'm just gonna throw it out there, but maybe the dogs let themselves out based on that they are barking as a response to the question. It hasn't been disproved yet, and dogs are pretty smart when it comes to open gates and doors on their own. It was made about the dogs men at the bar or club that the artist was at. They realized how much like dogs they were and was like, who let all these dogs out? Fun fact, the song is about ugly girls at the club. He's asking who let these ugly girls out of the house. From what I understand, the original group, the Baha Men, got exploited by their record company and made very little off of their song. Britney admitted to it and apologized in "Oops, I did it again." The original intention of that song is actually asking who let out all these ugly women into the club, aka who let the dogs out. Kinda fucked up, so I guess the answer to your question is the dogs did. Why we do. In the country that group was from, everyone lets the dogs out. Then they have packs of wild dogs with rabies running around. It's insane. Oh, but we do know it was Raoul. Who let the dogs out? Raoul. I think the dogs are just what they called ugly women, so I think the dogs let themselves out. I recently learned it's not about dogs at all. He is calling some women dogs. So he is asking who let these be in. It was the bouncer. The term who let the dogs out means who let the ugly girls into the club. I heard, and I'm pretty sure dogs are in this context, ugly women. From what I've heard, it's actually a song about all the ugly girls in the club skull. When I was a kid and just started journey with English, I thought some guy woof woof did it lol. Who knows, maybe there was a guy named Woof. One of the few decent late-term episodes of Reply All did a story on the origins of this song, because it was also a mystery who initially asked the question of who let the dogs out. I told my daughter last night that it was Lionel Joseph. Mystery solved. I always thought that it was a statement rather than a question. He's obviously referring to Doctor Who. It's obviously Doctor Who. Heck, they say his name about a Brazil lion times in the song. I had moved past this, forgotten the question never answered, and now here I am wondering once more. The manager of the club. The lyrics explain the situation well. I always assumed Billy Joe Armstrong got tired of walking alone. Technically there was a whole Facebook group about this. But we were sworn to secrecy when we discovered who in fact let the dogs out. Sorry guys, it was me. I was just too embarrassed to say anything because I was 13 at the time. I did. I always do. They can stare at my husband while doing that stretch and he ignores them, so I'm always letting the dogs out, then I let them back in. A million times a day they want in and out. Thanks for reminding me of not only how close to dying I am, but additionally how ignorant I remain. Remember when Mitt Romney sang this to a group of black people on the campaign trail? Get back Scruffy, get back Scruffy, get back you filthy mongrel. Maybe pinnacle of English lyrics. I remember a promo on Disney that the Baha Men admitted it was they who let the dogs out. Promo was for them doing the theme song for Stanley. I have this inside joke that anytime I hear this song we say last tortillas or the tortillas, because when we were getting tortillas the dog went out. Thanks. Now I am gonna think about this every day for at least 2 weeks. Huh? Sure we do. It's the same guy that's on first in the Abbott Costello bit. I did, but it was an accident. And I got them all back 8 minutes later making a whole song about it. Seems like an overreaction. It was an who. Who let the dogs out? Evil owl chuckle who. What? Sure we do. They chanted the answer right through the chorus. China even rewarded him by making him president in 2002 for 10 years. Just left a middle school dance where me and another chaperone spent the evening questioning why these kids were so excited to hear all the stuff that was played at our middle school dances. This post makes me suddenly grateful that song was not on the playlist. Who let them out? They say it over and over again. Thought it was pretty clear. They tell you in the chorus of the song, but everyone added wrong punctuation. Who let the dogs out? It's not WHO let the dogs out, but HU let the dogs out. So blame who? I have had to hold this in for a very long time. But it's eating me up. It was me. I let the dogs out. Dear Christ, when will this riddle, nay this perplex, bewildering puzzle of great minds be finally solved for the betterment and salvation of mankind? My 3-year-old and 6-year-old, who dance to this song almost every day, have concluded that it's the guard's dog. The guard sleeping at the beginning has a dog with him.